In this example, we're going to factor completely using the general strategy taught in section 5.5. Anytime we look at a polynomial, the first thing we always check for is going to be a greatest common factor. Is there something that all terms have in common that we can factor out? Notice that they all have a t in common. We want to factor out the smallest exponent. Why? Because it's the only thing that we can pull out of everything. Since we have 5, 4, 3, and 2 t's, respectively, the greatest number of t's that we can pull out of all of them are 2. We only have 2 to pull from here. Therefore, that's the biggest one that we can pull out of all. So let's write t squared on the outside. Now let's see what's left. We have 5 here. We pull 2 out. That leaves me with 3. We have 4 here. We pull 2 out. That leaves me with 2. We have 3 here. I pull out 2. That leaves me with 1. I have 2. I pull out 2. That leaves me with none. Now, we look at our polynomial, and based on the number of terms, we factor accordingly. Since this has 4 terms, the only option is to factor by grouping. When you have 4 terms, the only possibility of factoring is factor by grouping. So let's see if we can factor by grouping. What can I factor out of the first group? What does the first group have in common? The first group has t squared in common. Whenever I pull out t squared, let's see what's left. T minus 2. What can I pull out of the second term? Well, I could pull out a positive 5. What's left? T minus 2. Now, the next part would be to write down what's in parentheses. I like to cross out the parentheses to see what's left. Then I have t squared plus 5. The last thing we want to do is don't forget this guy here. Drop that down. At this point, we're done. We cannot factor further.